Evening, everyone. It's 5:55, and this is your closing comment for today, Thursday, the 4th of May. Okay, so we were down hard right from the beginning. Uh, we had a bunch of economic news, pretty much none of which was good. Um, we had first quarter productivity down 2.7%, was supposed to be down 0.1%. The prior was 1.7%. And so that when you have decreasing productivity, you have higher unit labor costs, up 6.1. The consensus was for up 3.9. The prior number was 3.2. So all that was junk. Trade balance, of course, was a little bit better, 64.2 billion, but the takeaway there is that weak import activities in March was based on a cooling down U.S. economy. Weekly initial claims 242 versus 245 expected and 229 last week. So um, that increase, this is one of those bad news is good news. So jobless claims are still running well below prior recessions, which is in general about 375. Okay, the banks continued terribly. PacWest 343 down 299 or 46%. Western Alliance closed 19 down 1057 or about 33% after trading all the way down to 11. So that would have been 11 down 18. Pretty ugly. And Frontier, FHN. This was the deal that was going to be TD was going to buy it, but they were not getting regulatory approval. Um, this has been a target for the one trick pony, Elizabeth Warren, who never saw something that she didn't want to see more heavily regulated, talking about how First Horizon was, in general, a bad bank that basically they were forcing people to open accounts they didn't need, trying to sell products. So basically, it made them Wells Fargo on a smaller scale. But in the meantime, it closed 1035 down 470. So that was pretty ugly. Of course, we had the Paramount, which was a miss and poor guidance, a cut dividend. It closed down 28% at 1638. But this afternoon, the earnings were dramatically better. EOG with a beat, top and bottom, had closed 111 and low change, trading 112.45 up 143. Block, which is SQ, which was Square, also a beat top and bottom and good guidance. That one had closed at 60.43. It traded as high as 64.98. And then settled so far 62.25 up 293, 4.8. DoorDash with a beat top and bottom. It had closed at 62.83. It looked like guidance was going to be a little light. And before the call started, the stock had traded from 62.83 down to 58, came all the way back to 68.52. Last is 66.22 up 386 or 6.2%. I cannot make the point any more clearly. This is not a normal market. This is not normal action. 20% in either direction on nothing. Uh, Lyft beat on the bottom line, but the guidance was very weak. This is a new CEO, And I assume that usually when a new CEO comes in who says he's going to be more conservative, he's not going to make any comments about giving guidance until he's better entrenched. And they do what is called a kitchen sink quarter, where it was the other guy's fault, so we're gonna write all this off. Closed 1069 down 20 cents, traded down to 902. Last is 915 down $1.73 or 16%. Coinbase beat had closed 49.22 up 73, had a high of 53.68, last is 53.31, up 489 or 10%. They still haven't settled the issue with the SEC and the Wells order, so I'm not particularly interested in it. Arconic being bought at $30, closed 28.79, up $6 and change. And AMD, which closed down 9% yesterday at 81.62, is currently trading 86.61, up 4.99 on the news that Microsoft is coming to their aid to help finance the move towards AI. So I'm not sure what that means exactly, but evidently people think it's good for AMD. So there you go. Okay, gold today did not take out the all-time high, but did take out the slightly lower high. So the all-time high now is 2089. The second high was 2078. And while we closed today at 2055.70, which was still up $19, we did trade as high as 2085.40. So we're knocking on the door there. Same situation with the silver, although it's nowhere near a new high, but it had closed 26.22, and that was up 55 cents. And I just want to point something out to you that I have been discussing ad nauseum, and that is the gold to silver ratio, which I see as coming down, and in fact, it has. And today, it closed at 78.3. This was as high as 97 not too long ago. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm more of a long silver, short gold for the outperformance. And Apple had a beat top and bottom. Guidance looks good. Good iPhone sales. The stock closed 165.79, well, 165.79, down a dollar and 66 cents, or just 1%. Um, since then, it has traded up to 171.47. The conference call is actually still going on right now, and the last is 169 and a half, and that is up about $2 and change. So, we'll see how that looks tomorrow morning. In any event, the oil today had the same kind of move that I have been talking about in the corn. We came down very hard, made a new contract low for this particular contract. 63, 62, 64 was the low. And it closed at 68.56, down only 4 cents. That is huge. I would have to see it move higher and basically have this kind of a move. Made a new low, closed better, higher high, higher low the next day, higher high, higher low, a test and a move up. The reason that I mention it in relation to the corn is because that's exactly what we had. We had a big flush to the downside yesterday. Let me make this a little bigger so you can see it. And we closed practically on the high and up on the day. Today, higher low, higher high, new high over these two. Wasn't by much. The high here was 590 and three quarters. Today's high was 592. Doesn't matter. Higher high, higher low. Looking for it to move. Bitcoin was up 600. The bonds were up a quarter. Nat gas was down 7 cents. But I want to mention two things. There was a 4 week Treasury bill auction today that went off at 5.85%. That is literally 200 basis points higher. So if you don't understand basic points, I'll just tell you the last 4 week bill auction was 385 yield. Today is 585 yield. What's interesting here is that the 210 spread, which is what we look at uh, as inverted, always being a predecessor of a recession, has been hanging in the 60 to 70 range. But today's action moved it back down to 38. The 2 year was down 22 basis points, and the 10 year was only down 5. So that's a little bit better. I can't see it going straight to being positive again so fast, but not bad. Tomorrow we have the big number, which is the payrolls number, unemployment number. And so, I'll be back first thing in the morning for you. Have a good one.